Hey folks, I'm Vixen. Today we're going to play a bit more of Kenshi by Luffy Games, and in our last episode we were picking fights with the locals. We were fighting a bit the old nation, not too much because we failed to find the right settlement to attack, but nonetheless we were just, making friends and all. And in this episode we're going to do something different. I want to focus on the robots and on martial arts, because I'm trying to train my squad to be a bit more efficient without any weapon. So if we're to be captured, we could be actually escape and fight our opponent without any kind of weaponry. It would be, and plus dodging is very, very powerful, because if you don't get it, they have no way to down you. Anyway, before we do that, I want to speak about a dev blog which was released this week, which is quite interesting because it's going to give us some quite important piece of information. First, we can expect a full release of Kenshi around the third quarter of this year, so it is quite a big news. And we can expect pretty huge features which are going to come along the way. So first, the biggest thing is diplomacy, which is going to be overhauled. We can expect to see the faction just behave differently. We're going to be able to have much more meaningful interaction with them. We'll be able to attack, let's say, their leader and maybe see what's going to happen. We'll be let's say we'll have a relationship with this faction. They are going to consider the size of our settlement, and they will try to come and maybe bribe us or other thing. We will be able to attack faction. They will be able to make alliance with us to fight other one. It seems to be very interesting. We don't really have so much information, but it is a feature to look forward. And there is also a second thing. We're going to see the second map of the second part of the map, which is going to come. So it will be interesting to see what kind of area we're going to see, because it seems to be slightly bigger. So we can expect a lot more things to be in there. And another important part, we are to see a pretty huge desert coming back. So I was a huge fan of the version of Kenshi with only the desert, so I'm quite excited to see the desert coming back. So I believe it might be somewhere around here, maybe. We'll see. It's not too far, so we're going to be able to explore that quite quickly when the second part is going to be opened. Nonetheless, in between episodes, I've been hiring a pretty cool, a pretty cool robot here, which is called Aeon. Is quite interesting because if you pay attention, you can take a look at the anger bar, and it is a robot, so it's quite logical. But I didn't hire one before, so I didn't know it would be running without anything here. So if you were, let's say, to make a base and you want to go explore and you want to keep your base running and you don't want to bother too much about anger, I believe hiring a team of robots like this one might be a very, very good idea. And if I find more, I think I'm going to try to recruit from now only robots, because I've got something like 6 people which I can still hire. No, 4, my mistake. So the next 4 people will probably be robots. I want to have a decent team to maintain the base and keep things running while I'm out, which would be very, very nice. And second, I was also, so I would probably just try to go and search for them when I'm going to be able to fight a bit better with martial art and all, because I want to have a team which is going to be very mobile. And I've been beginning to craft things. As you may have see, I've been improving the base a bit. Before that, oh, what's happening here? I think we've got maybe a little fight here. We are being attacked by slave mongoose, yes. So we're going to open this door and we'll be seeing maybe a bit of... yes, we're going to be fighting these guys a bit. Am I fine? Yes, I am. So let's just go and fight these guys. Here we go. I was repairing this door, which was not really efficient. I'm going to go and fight this guy. So what is very cool is that there is quite a bit of moves the character is going to use. His fist is going to use his legs to kick out his opponent, and the dodging is going to be quite cool as well. So I did not dodge very well on this one. I'm just beginning. I've got something like 27 in dodge and 11 in martial art, but there is also ways to give you an advantage. Oh, look at this dodging. If you want to begin training in martial art, I'm pretty sure this is a very powerful way to deal with your opponent. Anyway, let's go back a bit. I'm going to show you what you can actually use if you want to begin to train your character. It is something you can get pretty early if you got a crafter, or just a little base with something to craft clothes. So let's just go. I think it was over there. It is the place where I craft my swords, but I've got also a little something to craft clothes here, so let's just enter. So I've been improving plenty of interiors, quite a lot. I've been filling these out with things. I don't really think we can see, nah, not all of these right now, but as you may have spotted, I've been using these weapon stand as walls, so I can make a little private room. So I'm not using these stands so often, but in this it's just making pretty good separation. I really like it. I would definitely like to have let's say proper walls to keep things a bit more tidy, but it is a very nice way to make things a bit different. Anyway, let's go back to what we were doing. So I was speaking about martial art. And what is quite cool is that you can make these gi here. I've got a gi pant and a gi chest piece, and I've got also some kind of shirt. There is no picture on this one, but it is also important. If you just take a look at these, you can see that there is a martial art bonus of 2 on the gi. There is a martial bonus of 2 also on the gi pant, and another one on the martial artist binding, which is also going to give you a fist protection of 70%. So it is quite light. It is not really expensive. And I think it might be a good way to, maybe if you want to begin the game, it's not obvious that you can do that, but it is probably a perfectly legitimate way to begin. You just need to be very careful, because it's already a bit difficult at the beginning, so you don't have weapon with this. Anyway, it is quite handy. It gives you a +6 bonus to begin with, and it is quite huge. If you don't have any bag and you just go with it, it's going to give you quite nice bonuses. So I was speaking about interior, so let's just take a look around a bit as I've been pushing a bit space forward. I don't think I had the armor factory up and running last time. I might want to just let them do their stuff so we can see a bit more inside as day is going to rise. So Leaf is working on chainmail. I'm trying to make blackened chainmail, which are quite good. I wonder if I'm not going to keep these under my leather gear, so I can maybe get protected a bit more, because if you take a look, we've got I think I can, nah, we cannot see it on this one, but previously I was checking on things, and we were able now to use a little. I'm going to just check on the weapon craft, so I can just show you this little new things. There is a few new things here. We've got a new updates 0.95.35, which is adding a bunch of things. And if you just take a look on maybe this, no, not the robotic, the weapon smith here, you can see that, is it not there? Oh, come on, I thought it was there. We were able to see the bonus of the gear, but it's not, maybe it's not, so I'll just check maybe on other bench. I don't really know where it is, but I saw it. I'm pretty sure of it. Maybe just it was just a wish. I don't know, but I would definitely like to be able to see the whole thing. Yeah, I thought it was on. My mistake. I'm disappointed. Anyway, let's just go back. So we're going around. I've been adding quite a bit of things. So I was speaking about new things, and if you have people which are outside, this is also new thing of the update. There is now dust storm, which are going to decrease your ability to fight, and it is written here in place of the status of your character. If there is a sandstorm, you're going to see it here. It's going to tell you how much protection you've got, and you'll see how much it's going to impact the way you are going to fight here. Anyway, let's just take a look around. I'm going to speed up a bit so we can just get into morning, and we're going to check if we can fight other people I just... Oh, we've got something here. So who are these guys? These guys are slave mongers. I've been fighting these quite a bit recently, so we are going to continue to do so. I'm going to send 3 guys, maybe a bit more. Do I have... Ruka is not yet ready, but I might want to send her anyway, because these guys are not in a good shape. So I'm going to send all this guy, and we're going to go for an unarmed fight. And what I would really like to see... Come on, Lars, just follow us. What's going on with Lars? He seems to be stuck next to the food barrel. Okay, he's not anymore. So, as I was about to say, what I would definitely like to see coming is a button. You know, if we were able to keep our weapon but decide not to use it, would be very, very nice, because we would be able to carry this weapon and we could just train our martial art. And if we are in trouble, we could just draw our weapon and... you know, and fight a bit better. It would be very nice. Or maybe just a way to go from blunt weapon to actually lethal weapon. Where is this case? I think there was some kind of slave mongers around. I just don't see them anymore. Where could they be? They could have gone around. It is also a new entrance here. I've been adding it because it was difficult for me to just go around all the way, because traders and slave mongers tend to just come through this road, and it seems a lot easier to attack these guys from here. I'm not attacking traders though, but there is a lot of bandits, and especially slave mongers. They are the most... Oh, here they are. The people I see the most often here. Alright, let's just slow down a bit. We're going to fight these guys. We've got bags, but there are only 3, so we don't really care. And we're going to take a lot of damage because they are fighting us with sticks and blunt weapons as they try to capture us. But it is quite good opponent to fight when you are training your martial arts skills. Using quite a bit of kicking here. Okay, one is down. Let's just take a look at the other ones. Plus they've got quite decent armor, so we can just kick them and punch them quite a bit before they fall. So it is a fairly decent place to train. I still need a lot more training, I think, to be efficient. But this is, this is working. Plus they are of, they are of a pretty high level. They've got something like 24 and 21 in attack and defense, so it is a pretty good opponent. Even though they have no chance against 5 of mine, which are fairly good. We're not yet ready to fight big enemies, but we're going to get better at it. This fight, I'm just going to speed up a bit. Alright, here we go. So let's just take a look. Now we are at something like 27 and 12. It's going to take a while. I will just keep doing that in between episodes. And when we'll be ready, we'll be going for more. And what I need to find, at some point I will need to go north, I believe, because we absolutely need to find more ancient science book, engineering books, and AI core. I'm not sure we'll find some, but it is very unlikely that I'm going to find some here. So I will need to go somewhere, and I did not really explore the north so much. I know there is cannibal cities and stuff, so I might want to bring my weapon with me. It would probably be a nice thing to do. I don't want to finish in the belly of a cannibal. It would be a bad end. Just go in there. I'm going to use these beds. As you can see, I've been using these weapons then again to make a limitation here, so I can make my little room here. I've been using plenty of chests because I want to have place to drop things, because I've been removing most of my good gear here, but I'm still keeping it. Oh, so where is my room? Yes, here it is. So I still got the thing here. I've got a bunch of things I've been using to train at the beginning here, but I'm trying to keep these things on, so I've got a bit more defense. I've got also my old samurai gear, so these are ready to be used again if I need to. I've got my sword and stuff, and I'm trying to do that for all the characters. I just need to remember which bed is for who, so it's not really such a big deal because I've got mostly the same equipment with all my character, but still, I feel like it's better if we got personal space. Alright, so let's just take a look here. Let's just keep running things. I might want to do something to actually allow them to train a bit better, and maybe at the same time give us a resource we don't have, because there is a bit of copper which is not too far, and if I was to leave a bunch of people to walk out of the base, they might be attacked by bandits. It might be a good way for us to make them fight a bit more. Still, I don't want to lose them, as these guy I'm training currently are the one which are my best guys. I've got Leaf and my character Vynxar, which are pretty good in weaponsmith and armor smith. I've got 96 here, and with Leaf I've got 89, so quite decent smiths here, and I don't want to lose them. These I've been training for a long time. Anyway, let's just... plus I've got a pretty decent cook as well. Yes, Lars is now at 96, so we can do plenty with a pretty decent chance of managing to do so. What I don't really know yet how to make work is a shop counter. I don't really know if I can... Oh, we've got a bit of fighting which could be done here. I'm going to just send somebody to take care of it. I'm going to go with these three. Just bring them here. And we're going to fight them, and we'll probably just be joined by my other people, which might make the combat a bit quicker than necessary. Yes, here they are. Oh, I was speaking about the storm. Just take a look here. It is now written that the storm is going to affect my accuracy in combat, and I've got 0% of protection. I believe it might be if you just enter a house. Where is Lars? Just over there. It's going to remove that panel here, but maybe we can get... Am I protected here? Yes, you know, I'm just back to normal here, and I believe maybe there is some kind of cloth which might be sufficient enough to protect us from these. I might want to check on Rain, because Rain has a different kind of armor, and long coats, I think, so it provide where was it? Oh, weather protection, here it is. So we've got a protection against acid. It's not what I was looking for, but I believe we might find some clothes which might be good against the storm. And we might see maybe the storm in the desert. Maybe we'll need to find the right gear to be able to cross it. It would be very, very cool. Anyway, let's just keep going. So I've been showing you the two factories, the armor factory here with all the little facilities here to make everything happen. I've got all the necessary thing here, and I can store plenty. Plus Leaf is beginning to make quite decent armors. I just need to check, but I've got master grade stuff which might be stored somewhere, or maybe it's already on my guys. I just need to check, but there is plenty of things. I wonder if there is not something which has changed in the way you are crafting things, because previously, before the patch, I don't think I was making so much low grade stuff. I was doing also specialist and master work, and now I've got the blue thing which are coming back, and I've got even shoddy grade stuff which was not happening before. So maybe the rate at which you are the quality of thing you are producing, the quality of thing you are making is a bit different. The percentage of which you are going to win things, manage to make things, is going to be a bit different. I'm just getting confused. Sorry about this. Anyway, it might be just an impression. So let's just take a look. What is going to be our next building? I'm beginning to build a place where to train. So I've got not that roof, the one on the armory here. So I've got a bunch of training dummy here, MK3, which are going to allow us to maybe help our robots when we're going to recruit them, to train a bit so they can actually defend the base a bit. I've got also a bunch of assassination dummy, as I'm trying to attack slave mongers as often as they... Oh, we've got more here. As they drop by, they've got bone dogs, so I retrieve a bit of meat to make these things, because we need to use I think leather and raw meat to make these assassination dummies here, so we can train a bit and get better, because as we're going to wear pretty light equipment, we're going to be able to make good use of our sneaking ability, and we might be able to use assassination thing a bit more. Alright, let's see. This one here, it's just a big storage building. I'm going to send somebody, but before, let's just send our student here, so they can just fight the other one again. There is something here. We've got a lot of drifters which are running around. No, but this one is an angry bandit. Okay guys, let's just fight these slave mongers around here. What are you doing? It's nonsense. Just go a bit closer. There we go, let's just try again. Okay, so they are not willing to do so. I'm going to try to get a bit closer before I give the order. Maybe the walls are colliding with the path fading a bit. Okay, it's working again. Good. Just need to be close enough so they don't need to figure out how to reach the target. What was it? You just make a fool. 360 just to... Nah. Like, let's keep going. We need to take as much damage and avoid as much thing as possible, so we can increase even more our dodging ability. I wonder how much we can avoid when we are going to get really good with dodging. Quite curious about that. But it's going to take a while, and I will need to find maybe a better place to fight these guys. We fight. Oh, we've got a bone dog which is going to help. It's not going to last long. Yeah, as I was saying, it's not going to last long. Anyway, let's just send our people back to bed. Is there more fighting? Because I think there is. But it's not going to last long. All the bulls and creatures are here to fight them. Okay, let's get back to bed. Probably have a bunch here, so I'm trying to aim at these. But I have no idea if I'm aiming right. I don't really see it. Oh, a mistake, I'm on the second floor. Here we go. What's... Okay, I'm just trying to open chests. It's not what I should do. Last... Ruka, I need to let them sleep. And they go to fight. I don't know what they are trying to do, but it's not going to help us recovering. It would be very nice if we were to be able to ask our people to use training dummy as just, you know, to do it, to make it happen as a job. So we would just be able to say, let's say you don't have any more farming to do, let's just train with a training dummy for just regular fighting or the turrets or the assassination. It would be very nice to be able to set up these jobs and just let them train when they've got the time. So you can just get your team to get better over time. It would be pretty nice. And it would be nice if they were also to go to bed when they are, you know, too damaged, when there is enough bed. It would be very nice also. If it was automated that they do it. What's happening here? I need really to just bring my animals back in, because they are just doing, let's say, they're a bit too efficient at killing these guys. And I don't really need to kill them, I just want them to be there so I can train my fighters. And that's just too dangerous here. What do we have here? Twitch. We've got a lot of drifters which are just dropping by these days. Black sheep. Now I'm looking for robots. I don't want to hire any regular guy. I think I was I was in Shark when I've seen the most robots, so it might be the best place to go. But I've been recruiting my last robot in the hub. In the last bar remaining open in the hub. I might want to just send somebody there to see if there isn't another robot. It would probably be a good idea, but it's not that far. I could go. Where am I? Because I think I'm running quite fast, so I could maybe be able to reach a place quite quickly. I could just remove the bag, maybe. It would be even faster. Let's see. Let's just go back. I'm going to drop a bunch of things. We're going to... You know what? I'm going to drop things into the storage so I can just show it to you a bit. Let's go to the ground level here. So I've been storing a lot of things here. I've been adding a lot of barrels and stuff to store cactus, to store amp. I've got also probably wood straw somewhere. Yes, I do. I've got plenty of barrels which are not ready. I've been storing a bit of food, more food, a bunch of medicines as well in case it would be needed. Still, I bought this one. I did not produce it yet. I need to make somebody a good medicine crafter. And then we've got also a bunch of things I've been recovering because I need a bunch of these things to heal robots. You cannot heal robots with regular medicine. You need skeleton repair kit, which are quite expensive as you may see. And you really cannot buy these at the beginning of the game. It's going to be just too expensive. So I believe robots are getting something for maybe mid-game or late game if you want to maybe make an army of robots. It would be very, very nice. Anyway, let's just keep going. We've got plenty of bread here. I've got a bunch of electrical component, and I need to go and drop my electrical component here, unless it is not electrical component. It is. There is also special parts which are going to be very similar in art style to these. And I should have some area to drop the fabric here as well. Do I? Nah, I don't. Just check up there. Oh, this is not the place which is filled with... but it might be the other one. Just take a look here. I'm getting a bit lost. There is so many things in these buildings now. Nope, not here. Oh, I do have some down there, I think. Because I'm always keeping a bit of fabric close to the weapon smith's so I can make my own stuff. Because at this level, when you are crafting MK3 and MK2 stuff, you need to actually have steel bars and fabrics. And these are a bit more difficult to get. So, especially steel bars, which require quite a bit of work. Anyway, let's just see. I just need to maybe drop my bag. Where to? I don't really have... Nah, I'm going to drop it here. So it's going to be a bit easier to find it back. I'm not really sure it's necessary for me to... Nah, there is nothing to buy in the app, so we're going to just drop the bag. It's going to enable us to run a lot faster. I could bring back bags. I don't know if I'm going to find any. Anyway, let's just ask my character to just run towards up quickly. And we'll just follow. So is at 95 in athletics, so it's going to run quite quickly. Can I get the speed? 26 mph. It is some kind of torpedo, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to speed up, so we're going to be there in no time. There we go, and I hope I'm not going to be pursued by enemy. I don't think they're going to follow very long because, you know, it's quite quick. And this is why I want to make a team which is going to be relatively light, so we can just cross the map in no time. Because with all the armor and stuff, it's just taking age to progress. Let's just take a look. Just give us a bit of a view of where we're going. It seems to be much better. It's so fast. let's see. We should not be too far now. Are we lost? Nah, we are going. It's not easy because there is a lot of valley and canyons which you need to cross. Oh, whoa. Didn't remember this bridge. Is it new? Oh, I thought. No, I didn't. So we should be almost there now. Yep, here we are. So crazy fast. Okay, we need to load the place a bit. Okay, let's see. I hope I get to find a robot. Okay, there is a camp here. Is it those bandits? What is it? We won't know. I think I did not... I was not close enough to be able to identify what kind of camp this is. That's probably why it's not showing. Okay. Here we are. Good. So we did not encounter any enemies yet. What are these guys? Sand ninjas. Okay, these guys are not friendly, but I'm quite happy with the 10,000 cats I spent in the last episode to make a deal with the shinobis, because I might even be able to show you that right now. Each time I'm going to go in the bar now, the shinobi faction is going to be friendly to me, so they are in green and all, and they are not going to... I think they might even maybe help me if I'm in trouble, which is quite a nice feeling, because most of people in the game are aggressive. Okay, so I don't think there is a robot here. Let's just check. Do we have allies here? Ninja guards? Let's just check. I think I do have a good relationship with them, but maybe with the import of the game it might have changed. I don't think so. The mercenary guild is still bad. No, shinobi thieves. I just don't think there is any shinobi in this bar. It's not. I'm going to go to the rebel faction headquarters, something like that. Oh, we do have a robot. Nice. It is called the same. We might want to find another name. Okay, so let's just add this guy. So 6,000 cats is definitely worth it. And let's just take a look. So I made the last robot quite bulky. I might want to keep this one a bit more skinny, if we can say so, for a robot. And for now we don't really have any new face. We cannot change the face. There is only one. I hope we'll see more as we progress, because it would give us a bit more diversity, even though these might be robots from a pretty old made by a pretty old species. We do have a full description here, which I'm probably not going to... I could read it though. We've got no bleeding with robots, but they tend to be destroyed quite quickly, so you need to be careful. And you do want to repair them, because they won't repair over time. They're not really good with stealth, thievery and dodging, so you don't really want to make a martial artist robot. It might be a bit more difficult. Still, they are very good with science, turrets and robotics, so it might be interesting to make them very good with robotics. You can make your own electrical component and stuff, and you can use them to do a lot more research and protect the base, but only if it is closed, because I'm not sure they are very good fighters though. Anyway, let's just keep the guy. I don't really know how I'm going to call it. I just want to check something. I cannot change the race. It would be too easy to have plenty of robots. So what are we going to call this guy? Are we going to call it Aeon like the other one? It is maybe let's not say a race, but maybe they are just one consciousness, and they are going to be connected together. I don't know. They do not like robots which would be connected together with a network. They seems a lot more mechanical, so I don't really know. Let's just do it that way. We'll just find a surgeon, but we can modify them like we would for regular humans, so there is all this ladder which we can just move, like the bulk of the arm and stuff. Got the shoulders, and just give him a bit more shoulder. We can change the length of the leg. There's plenty of things we can change. Still, I would definitely like to have a bit more choice for that. Anyway, let's just accept, and let's just send this other robot to the home base team. And here we go. So we've got a skinny ale and a bulky ale, and they are under the command of Zim, which is a Czech people I've been recruiting recently. I've got also another one which is new. I've got Kang, which might be up there. Where to? Just over there. Which is also a Czech people, which was, I think, named I was not able to change much on this guy. And I believe there is probably a story behind this. Nonetheless, let's just send Eon back to the base. I'm going to ask him to follow Zim. Here we go, buddy. And I might even want to just ask him to drop the weapon, because this is a crappy weapon and I'm not going to use it anyway. I might as well just want to sell it. It will be done. I'm just not going to recover much, but it's better than just dropping it on the ground. Alright, let's just drop this weapon here. What do we have here? It is Najinata. I do know how to do it already, so I don't really need to pick it up. Still, let's just ask him to follow them. Alright, and then I'm going to check, do we have, who's that guy? A mercenary, heavy, so I can recruit this guy if I need to, but I'm not sure it is in my best interest. I do have already plenty of people to defend the base. Bar sucks. Maybe these guys have more things to say. I'm just going to make a quick save and we'll see what I can do here, because I might be able to maybe join them. What are they going to say here? So, want me to cut someone for you? Oh, protection. So these guys are just mercenaries. Not really necessary. I just picked the second one, but I think it's going to be pretty much the same. Nah, pretty much the same. Okay. So we're going to go, I'm just going to buy the leather because I'm lacking quite a bit of leather these days, as I'm trying to produce a bit of high quality leather. So we're going to go for this. I'm going to, do I have anything else I could just pick up for the sake of the base? I've got another generator core. I don't really know what these are used to, but I'm trying to store a bunch just in case it would be useful. And that might be all. They don't have any good, nah, nothing. It's a shame I did not pick up any wakizashis and ninja blades from my own storage to sell these here, because it would have been useful. Nonetheless, let's just go to the rebel base where I can see if there is a bunch of shinobis over there, and we'll see if they are green like they should be. Alright, let's just speed up a bit. We are not too far. It's really fast. Let's keep going. And done. Here we are. So this is the bar we are looking for. Let's just take a look. Do we have any shinobis in there? Do we have friendly allies? Not really. Might want to check up there. It's a shame. I was looking for them. Nope, not so much. I just speak to the bat and see if there is anything of value here. And we do have a bit of leather. Good. I don't really have so much space, so I need to be careful with what I'm picking up. The plank, I know it already. And what is this weapon here? A combat cleaver? It is a lot smaller than what I'm used to. Strange. I think this is the first time I see a combat cleaver. And I do know this one already, so we don't really need to pick up anything else here. I might want to, no, I don't have any bags, so it's not going to be a good way to do that. But am I starving? No, but I could buy something to eat, so I can eat it on the way back. Let's trade a bit. And I'm going to go for Gohan, which is going to be quite nutritive. Here we go. And let's go back home. I'm always a bit surprised with the portrait here, because I'm used to the samurai armor, so when I see the character here, I don't really know it's me. I'm just, you know, who's that guy? But these guys, they've got a lot more character when they are not all looking the same. So it's a nice change. Okay, let's go back home. I'm going to see. So Aeon is on the way. I hope he's not going to be attacked, and we're going to follow my guy here, and we'll see who's going to arrive first. It is pretty bad, a pretty bad race, because I have a little bit of an advantage here, as I'm running a lot faster than Aeon, I believe. Still, if we arrive both in good shape, it will be a winning. I don't want to lose a robot, because I'm going to leave this guy behind when we're going to head north, so my base can just keep running. I need to make a lot of iron plates if I want to be able to keep the forge going. Still, I've got an issue with these. I cannot really sell these well, because merchants are... Oh, I'm getting first now. So, because merchants do not have enough money, so I can go and sell a bunch of swords, but I've got so many more which are waiting home. I cannot sell them all. This is why I would like to see if there is a way to make the shop counter work, because I could just see people coming to my base and just buy this sword from the counter, and I could just refill it, and it would just work a bit better. So we are there. Okay. I click and just zoom out a bit. Do we have... Oh, we do have a caravan here. It is interesting. Let's just... I can attack them right away, even though I'm not in a good shape. We're going to do that. I'm going to gather my troops here. We're going to go with only people which are going to be fighting with fists. Come on, guys. I need them all. Just clicking to keep everybody here. Okay, do I have all my fighters here? We are lacking Lars, because Lars is stuck once again with the football. I don't know why is it just being stuck all the time, but it is not a good thing. I just bring them all together, and we need to pursue these guys. So let's just... Oh, they're coming back. I think there is a little bug here. They tend to just kind of patrol in front of my base, which is kind of strange, as I'm just trying to kill them each time. Come on, where's Lars? Oh, it's coming. Okay, and we've got Aeon, which is coming also. I'm just going to let Aeon enter. Alright, and we're going to attack these guys. They're going to probably be a bit stronger than I am, but if we're in trouble, and we are going to be in trouble, I will just bring my other guys to save us, so we don't get abducted by these guys. Okay, so here we begin. We've got somebody which is quite hurt. Let's just take a look. So we've got... We are not going to see so well because it's night. I should just make a little bit of light here, so we can just see this fight a bit better. Might want to ask Stin to add a bunch of spotlight. Yeah, let's just take a look. So, Stin, please, if you were so kind to just give us a bunch of spotlights. Like here and there, and I could also add a bunch of torch posts around here so I can just see a bit better. Alright, I'll just go all the way toward the corner. There we go. Okay, so am I holding? Because I do have an advantage here. I don't really have any bag here, so I might be able to do a lot more damage and dodge a bit better than the others which are actually having bags. It's going to take quite a while if I want to make these guys efficient, but I'm pretty sure it's worth it. Dodging is a bit strange though. It's interesting, but it's a bit strange. They are doing some kind of matrix move just to avoid the sabers and stuff. I do believe they just... oh, Leaf is down. How are they doing? Let's just take a look. I'm going to go down quite soon. Lars is not really good. Ruka and Rain are doing pretty well. I think they're advancing faster than the others. I don't know why. Maybe they've got... Oh, these... Oh, I know. Ruka and Rain are Shake people. They are a lot better with fighting. They've got advantage. Oh, Stin is there, so he might be able to help us when he's going to be done with the torch. And I might want to send for Zim and Aeon so they can train a bit here. Not going to let them abduct us. And I'm going to maybe send for other people which are in need of training. I'll just bring these 4 here. Am I down? Yes, I am. But Stin is still up, so they're not going to try to size us until all of us are down, I believe. Hopefully. Oh, we've got a little lamp here. Okay, I'm back to my feet. Good. I might want to just try to help Rain instead of going of running to the help of Stina. Alright, let's see. Still dodging pretty well. Just take a look at Leaf. She might have evolved quite a bit as she fooled. She's at 25 and 13, and I am at 29 and 13 as well. We've got Lars, which is down with 25 and 12, Ruka 27 and 16. It is going to be taking a bit of time. I need to find a way to automate this thing a bit better. Okay, Ruka is down as well. Oh, we've got a bit of reinforcement there. They might be in a bad place here, as we are going to attack them a bit more dangerously here, because all these guys have got swords, and these are not bad swords. These are the swords I've been using to defeat the spiders. And they've got only sticks and club to get this guy down. Even though I've been mostly killing the guys which are not really good with fighting, because they need to fight. I quite like the armor I've been putting on Zim. He was in Squin. As a matter of fact, I kept Zin and the robot in Squin for a while because I thought they were safe. But the robot has been attacked by the guards while I was not paying attention, and it has been destroyed and stuff. So I realized that it was not a good idea to keep anybody which is not a Shek people in Squin, because it is a good way to have them destroyed. Okay, we'll need to change the name. It's going to be confusing. I should have known. They are still fighting. Okay, it's not going to last long. I hope we're going to get maybe new kind of armor or stuff with updates which are going to come, because so they were mostly focusing on performance before, and now we're going to get a bunch of things which are going to happen, more content all along the months which are going to separate us from the release. So it's going to be exciting for Kenshi. Okay, these two robots. I might want to check if both are equipped with the right thing to repair themselves, and if I can actually repair a robot. Repairs. Okay, it's basically working like the medkit. And is it going to be, because when you apply a medkit, you are going to be bandaging the thing, and it will be fragile for a bit of time, so you will need to be careful not to take any more hits. But with the robot, okay, it seems to be working pretty much the same. It's like a bandage. Okay, good to know. It's a bit strange though. You would expect the repair to, not have to not need to heal over time, because it is just a robot, it is repairs. So when you are done repairing it, I don't think you need to wait for the thing to be repaired even more. Anyway, I think I need to assign this robot to some task. The thing is that I don't really have bags. I hope there is a blueprint for bags, because it would be quite handy to be able to produce my own. Still, I don't have any. And if you really want to have a city which is working well, you do want to have bags on all of your character, because if you don't, they are going to get stuck at some point, because they will just lack the space to accomplish their duty. And what am I going to do with L? I think I might want to have him break rocks so I can get a bit more iron ore and keep building. Yeah, pretty. I don't really need to go for both of these. I think I do not have 3 people at all time on these, because there is plenty to do already. Oh, my mistake. Plenty to do already. But the resource I need the most here is most definitely iron plates. I've got 2 of these machines to make these happen, but most of my... Oh, I was about to say something stupid, because my main crafter is not producing sword for a while, so I've been able to fill these boxes. And I might want to ask him to go and do a bunch more sword again, but oh, pretty bad shape. Just go and heal. Alright, please just sleep. No, don't open the... I didn't think the chest would be such trouble. Come on, buddy, just get to bed. I don't think they're going to be willing to comply, which is pretty annoying. Okay, I will just make him sleep a bit later on. Anyway guys, I think we're going to conclude the video here. I hope you like it. If you do, please leave a like, a comment or subscribe, and I'll see you next time guys. Have fun!